Sophia's fingers hovered over her keyboard, her to-do list glaring back at her. Lines of code blurred on the screen, deadlines loomed like storm clouds, and her inbox overflowed with unanswered messages. She leaned back in her chair, exhausted. "I can't keep this up," she muttered to the empty room. That evening, desperate for a break, Sophia wandered through her neighborhood and stumbled upon an old garden surrounded by a rusting fence. The sign hanging crookedly on the gate read, "Community Garden, all are welcome." Curious, she pushed the gate open, wincing at the creak, and stepped inside. The garden was overgrown and chaotic, but there was something peaceful about its wildness. Among the tangled vines and wilting flowers, she spotted a small stream cutting through the garden. Kneeling by the water, Sophia noticed a large stone lodged in its path. The water split around it, creating gentle ripples as it flowed past. She frowned, her instinct to fix things kicking in. "It's fine as it is," came a voice behind her. Startled, Sophia turned to see an elderly man with a straw hat and a kind smile. He carried a pair of pruning shears and a basket of weeds. "The stone?" she asked. "Shouldn't we move it? It's blocking the water." He chuckled. "It's not blocking anything. The water finds its way, doesn't it? It flows around the obstacle, calm and unbothered. If only we could do the same." Sophia blinked, unsure how to respond. The man gave a small bow and ambled off to a patch of overgrown roses. The next day, Sophia couldn't get the image of the stone out of her mind. Her workload hadn't changed, but something had shifted within her. She opened her laptop and stared at the endless list of tasks. Instead of panicking, she took a deep breath. What if she didn't have to tackle everything at once? What if, like the stream, she could let things flow? She started with one small task, completing it with quiet focus before moving on to the next. When an urgent email popped up, she responded calmly, prioritizing what truly mattered and letting go of the need for everything to be perfect. Days turned into weeks, and Sophia began visiting the garden regularly. She'd bring her laptop sometimes, working beneath the shade of a sprawling oak tree. The elderly gardener often joined her, sharing stories and bits of wisdom. Slowly, her anxiety lessened. She still faced challenges, but she stopped fighting every obstacle. Instead, she flowed around them, finding her way with patience and grace. One evening, after finishing a particularly grueling project, Sophia returned to the stream. She knelt by the stone, watching the water ripple and swirl. For the first time in years, she felt a sense of ease. The stone wasn't something to be removed or avoided. It was a part of the journey, shaping the flow of the stream and her life in ways she was only beginning to understand.